Hey, Bayek, it's me, Ian. And in today's video, well, I'm continuing my look at The X-Files. And we're now on season 3, and we're getting a bit nearer the end as well. Definitely not too far off now of this season. So, this is Hell Money from 1996. Previously, we'd had Tes dos Bichos. And the next one will be Jose Chung's From Outer Space. And this is episode 19 of season 3. And it's a Monster of the Week story. It was transmitted on the 29th of March 1996 on Fox, 9th of July 1996 on Sky, and on the 28th of January 1997 on BBC One. It's written by Jeff Vlaming, who wrote the season 3 story Too Shy. And that's it for the X-Files, but this was a great stepping stone, as you can see, because he wrote a lot of TV shows and TV films and was involved in production and, oh yeah, lots from the X-Files. As so many of these people did. The X-Files was a great stepping stone, definitely, for a lot of talented people, very talented people. Now, this is directed by Tucker Gates, who directed the season 4 episode El Munda Gira from 1997. That was the 11th episode of season 4. And that's it. Yes. So 2 stories he wrote for the X-Files. And of course it's produced by Chris Carter. Now, locations are interesting. We've got, as usual, filming in Vancouver. This time we've got in Chinatown, which is brilliant. Adds to the effects. And also the Welsh, Irish, Scottish, English, and it's known as Wise All. You see, it all fits together, and that's a community building in Vancouver. And they went in there and used it for their purposes, built the sets, and then when they finished, they took it away, and it was back to normal then. Brilliant, you know. That's how you get on well with the local community. Now, this episode is noted, I think, for some special effects, and one of them, particularly, the frog bursting out of a chest. A lot of people mention that, and it is very well done. You know, a great special effect to see in the X-Files. And as usual, I say, it always looks good. So you've got a great special effects, and you've got great locations, and it looks great. It does. Now, you've got David Duchovny playing Fox Mulder, Gillian Anderson playing Dana Scully. Then we've got B.D. Wong playing Detective Glenn Chow. He was in Karate Kid Part 2, 1986, The Freshman, 1990, Father of the Bride, 1991, Jurassic Park, 1993. Yes, he's in the original first Jurassic Park. Then, Father of the Bride Part 2, 1995, Mulan, obviously a voice, 1998, Mulan 2, 2004, and then, of course, Jurassic World. Yes, the connection carried on in 2015. And then Jurassic World Fallen Dominion. Kingdom. I've got it mixed up. Fallen Kingdom. That was 2018. And then here we are, Jurassic World Dominion, which was 2022. He was also in Bird Box 2018, which is a film that gains a lot of positive built up a good reputation. That's got Michael Keaton in that one. And then he was in Heart of Stone in 2023. Then we've got Lucy Liu, who plays Kim Hee-sung. Films. Here we are. Jerry Maguire, 1996. Payback, 1998. Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, 2003. Yeah, great. And so she was in both Charlie's Angels films, one 2000, 2003. I kind of wish they'd have made more. Yeah, I know it probably would never happen, but they're good films. I like Charlie's Angels. Then Domino 2005, which comes up quite a bit as well. And then we've got Kung Fu Panda 2004, obviously the voice, and we've got Kung Fu Panda 2 in 2011 and Kung Fu Panda 3 in 2016. And then we've got Presence in 2024 and Old Guy 2024. Then we've got Michael Yama playing Mr. Hissin. He was in My Tutor, 1983, and he was in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, 1984. G.I. Joe, 1985. Dumb and Dumber 2, 2014. And then a lot of TV series and TV films, very recognisable. Then we've got James Hong, who plays the hard-faced man. I love where they put these descriptions in the X-Files. The hard-faced man. Now, he was in Soldier of Fortune, which was 1975. Sorry, 1955. God, that is a big difference. Because that's he's had a career that went back quite a long way. So 1955, Soldier of Fortune. Then a very popular film, well known, The Sand Pebbles. Oh yes, there's Steve McQueen. 1966, Chinatown. Wow, Chinatown. 1974, Airplane. Oh, does it get any better? 1980, and then one of the all-time great films, classic films, modern classic you could call them, Blade Runner, 1982. Wow, that is just an amazing film, and I suppose a lot of you know that it is the classic film. And then another well thought of film, Big Trouble in Little China, 1986. And then if you want to complete these kind of films, we have got The Two Jakes. Yeah, The Two Jakes, 1990, a follow-up to Chinatown. Then we've got Wayne's World 2, 1993. And then these Kung Fu Panda films, yes, 2008. And then Kung Fu Panda 2011. Kung Fu Panda 2016. That's the number 3 one. And then Kung Fu Panda 4 in 2024. There's obviously a lot of demand for these Kung Fu Panda films. And I'll have to mention this. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, 2022. Very interesting film. I'm not sure about it, but it was a very popular film. I was seen as a very popular film. Yeah. So that is the main cast. So, what is this story about? I think it's got a few ingredients, really. It involves these masked intruders that we see, who look suspicious? Are they triad kind of people, causing sort of terror? We see that. And we see also these strange symbols. Again, are these kind of triad symbols threatening people? We see them. And also, we see, well, this lottery. Now, this lottery is really quite sinister. But it's something that people get involved in. And once you're in it, you cannot leave. And then we find out from this lottery as well about another practice, which is the selling of body parts. And we get into that story as well. People needing money. And then we get into the list lottery. And this is what happens. It's quite a sort of sinister, dark feel to it in that sense, in this story. And it's actually quite a depressing story. Now, you might say, well, a lot of them are. Well, no, I don't think all the X-Files stories are depressing. I think it's depressing because, it does go on. It really does. It's real life in many ways. And this is what the criticism of this episode all boils down to in many ways. There's no supernatural element. And I understand this totally why people would be critical of that. Because it's the X-Files. The title says it. Oh, it's the X-Files, which is linked with supernatural stories. Well, we've not got a supernatural story here. We've got a very good story, but it could be in any police procedures show. It could really. Any series that deals in police matters, investigations, this could come up. And that's the real problem with it. But I say that is a problem, but is it really? Yes, the critics see it as a problem, but if you take this as just a one-off episode, yeah, fine. I like to watch Mulder and Scully doing their thing, and I think that's fine. And we do get these kind of interesting bits in it about the superstitions involved. So that is good. That has to be a good thing. So I liked it from that viewpoint, but it is the X-Files, and we've not got a supernatural story. Now, I don't think there is many other in the whole series of stories that don't have a supernatural edge to this, or are dealing with the horrors of like serial killers and that. So we do have the horror element, but this is not, is it? But I think for one story, I can let it go, and I enjoyed this because it's well done. One thing you can say about this, it looks great. Some of the scenes in Chinatown, and even in the atmosphere when they're doing the lottery gambling thing, is absolutely amazing. It looks good visually. So therefore, you have to praise the episode for all that. And so I'm going to be kinder, I think, than some people were to this episode. And though it's no supernatural element to it, it's enjoyable. It's always enjoyable watching Mulder and Scully. Always is, So I would never knock it. I would knock it in that sense. Is it one of the best episodes of the series? Then obviously there are those questions that I've raised and that people raised obviously put it down. But it's not the worst. It's not a terrible episode at all. The acting is usually superb, locations, the way it's shot, everything. In fact, that has been one of the plus sides, is that it was praised because of the visual style that we see. And so you've got to look at it like that. I like this. I'm quite happy to think, yeah, okay, no supernatural, but it's just good to watch, and that's it, I think. Yeah, that's it. So before I go, I always show you. Here it is. All of season 3. Apart from the missing disc that we don't talk about. But it's all that. I love these, the way they are all part of the bigger box. And great. That's it. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you enjoyed this. And then have a look at all the past reviews I've done of the X-Files. They're all there in the playlists. So just have a look there. But I do a lot of film reviews and on TV shows and also a bit of music. So have a look there. You might find something you might enjoy. And if you like this particular video, please give the video a like because it gets it out to YouTube so other people might enjoy it. And if you have any comments, please put your comments down because I love to read your comments. And I'll always answer them. And that's it. So all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.